Hi, my name is Dan, and this video is one in a series of videos that I'm doing about physics simulation in the Unreal Engine. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about falling and gravity and have a look at the global values there and mess about with them a bit. So I've just got a standard third-person template here, and if we click play, gravity is enabled for the character falling. Actually fall quite a floaty way, but that's you can actually jump really quite high with this character. I think that's because the weight of the character is set fairly low. We're quite used to characters in games having fairly superhuman abilities. So one of the places that you can change the gravity is in the project settings, in the world settings, which I'm just going to bring up now. And you can override the world gravity. So the world gravity is set at minus 980, which is a normal gravity for the world. And I'm just going to set it to, let's set it higher than that. Why not roughly double? So minus 2,000. Let's make our character heavier and see what happens with that. So I run around and jump. It's almost like I'm hitting my head on something, but that jump actually seems more realistic to me, even though the gravity is set at higher value than is needed. So let's try making that less than Earth type gravity and see what happens. So we were at 2000, let's make it 500. So that's roughly half normal gravity. Okay, so I made a mistake. Minus 500. That's actually not having any effects at all. Right. There we go. Nice high jumps, all kind of floaty. Yeah. How about we go on the moon? So on the moon, gravity is 1/6 of Earth gravity, roughly. Our gravity is set at 980, or minus 980, as we found out, and we're going to divide that by 6. 163.3. Remember the minus 163. So this is how floaty we would be if we were on the moon. Very floaty indeed. Of course, we'd be dead because we can't breathe. The other thing that we can do in this game that we can't actually do on the moon is, whilst you're in the air, I've got some control and can actually move around somewhat. So there we go. Right, I'm going to set gravity back to normal just by unclicking that override world gravity, and I'm going to go into the world, the physics settings and the project settings, which affect the whole project rather than just one particular level. And in the physics, I'm going to go down to the constants down here, and we've got this one is terminal velocity. So terminal velocity is, if you remember your physics from school, as you're falling, gravity is pulling you downwards. But the faster you fall, the more the air resistance from the air will start to try and pull you upwards. And come to a point where those two forces cancel each other out. And if you want to know more about vectors and physics and forces and stuff like that, I will have a series of videos up on that very shortly, particularly applied to Unreal. So part of this channel. So the default terminal velocity is 40,000. Again, we're in centimeters per second. So meters per second, that's 400. That's still pretty fast. I'm going to lower that down to the really ridiculously low thing of 200. So that's less than a meter per second. So the gravity is default, so we can't jump very high, but we should float down afterwards because that terminal velocity kicks in very quickly for us there. So let's have a look and see what happens. Yes, we're quite floaty. Still not jumping very high. So this sort of thing would be, I know it's set as a global constant for the whole of the game. And we might not want it like that if we wanted some kind of hang glider effect or kind of being able to glide down thing. We might want to be able to trigger that by using the right controls. Anyway, that's seminal velocity and what happens when you change it. There's one more setting in there. We're going to have a quick play with bounciness. So I'll start by sticking in a ball, and we kind of imagine the ball's going to be bouncy. So I'm just going to find the props here and drag a sphere in, and we've still got the world settings up, so I'm going to close those down. And I want the material on that. I'm just going to put some bricks on that to make it look a bit odd, and I'm going to click Simulate Physics. Okay, so by default that's fairly heavy. We can push it around, and it does bounce. We might be able to make that bouncier. Let's see. So I'm just going to stop simulating and go back into those project settings. And it's down here in the engine, the physics settings, and this is the bounce threshold velocity here. So this is a setting for how much velocity an object needs before the simulation will actually let it bounce. For small velocities, and 200 is actually still relatively small, it will not bounce, and so eventually in a kind of series of bounces it will stop bouncing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, let's see what happens if we turn that all the way down to 0. Now I confess I'm trying this live because I've never set it to 0 before. So this ball's still bouncing off the walls as it was, but as we run along, sometimes it'll just catch a little bit of something and it'll bounce up because of that. Okay. So there's not a great deal of effect there. Possibly it would be more effective to set it much higher. So let's try that. Settings, project settings, physics, and we turn it down to let's turn it on to 20,000. Close. And now bouncing should be almost impossible. Yeah, it's not bouncing off the walls. If you can see, get it into the corner and just managed to get behind it to move it there. But see, when it hits that wall, it doesn't bounce outwards. It kind of moved a little bit along, which was that velocity moving it along there. So anyway, that's the bounce velocity thingy. We've looked at gravity, we've looked at the terminal velocity, and that is it from me for now.